about this? Because I think it's powerful. You got G2 here, but you also got a daughter
Yes.
who's doing amazing in life. You got an incredible wife. You got an incredible family. You just talk about your grandfather, which is crazy. So you haven't just built this incredible business, had an impact on people in their lives and business, but you've also been an incredible example about how to generate an incredible life for your family, for your kids. You spend a lot of time around your kids. So I'd love for you to talk about, how your decision to win in business, just as a person, has impacted your kids. We know how it's impacted G2, but also your daughter. And then also, I think the impact that that's had on the people that are around you and how they treat their families. That it doesn't have to be God, family, business. It can be God should be in my business and in my family,
Right.
and my business partners can be like family.
That's right.
Right? So maybe talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. Environment is everything, And I know there's a book out called, what's it called, Gary? Men are waffles and women are, right, spaghetti or something like that. Men spaghetti, women are waffles. It's like you compartmentalize everything. I didn't want to have God in one cup, family in another cup, business in another cup. My life is just, I can't do that. Some people are good at that. I'm not that guy. How do I put it all in the same mix? Yeah. I don't want to stop and go, today's God's day, today's family day. What if we just do this all the time?
Right.
It's just too crazy for me to try to think about when should I love my wife, when should I be a dad. Can we do it together? Now, I understand the traditional jobs don't allow you to bring your wife or your kids to work. I get that. But the model that we have as business owners, you got to make it where it's appealing for your children and your spouse to want to be around you, even in the workplace. So we create a family office, not just for tax reasons, estate planning, but an environment where family could exist and do their own thing. Right. When I was younger, as a father, I ran a rule in my house. My kids do whatever they want to do. Okay, we have a free society in this house here. Okay, if Gary want to clean his room up, that's on you, bro. Your girl come over, she gonna see a dirty room. Get it? I give them choices. You want Cheerios or you want cornflakes? But both of those were good products. It wasn't Fruit Loops. Get it? I want to teach my kids how to make choices. So you want to go outside or you want to do your homework? I want to go outside. Okay, great. We understand though, your homework's gonna suffer. So it's always giving them choices. I raised my kids to be leaders because I was concerned about them getting involved in the gangs and stuff, because that's how I grew up. Even though I grew up in the suburbs, I was still worried about, rich kids, they do drugs too.
Yeah.
Okay, they popping pills, and he went to a rich school with a bunch of rich kids, and the DEA used to come to school all the time. The DEA never came to schools in the hood. What school he went to, there, the DEA come with the dog sniffers. What kind of school you go to? He said, Daddy, there's more drugs in this school than there is in the ones in the hood because they have more money, right? It's just different type of drugs. So I didn't want him to be a follower, so I said, I'm going to teach my kids how to be a leader. Why do you be a leader? You don't demand they do nothing. You give them a choice. Let them make the decision, but tell them, I'll let you tell them what I tell you before you make any decision.
Yeah. That's what's the worst thing that can happen, and can you live with it? You decide to speed in the car, what's the worst thing that can happen? Can you live with it? So if you ask yourself, this was kind of our deal, if you ask yourself those two things, I'm cool with whatever you decide to do. But as long as you process that, we're good to go. Yeah. So if I speed in the car, the analogy that we used when he was teaching it to me was, so if you're out speeding with your friends, I got your car, you go out speeding in your Lambo, right? What's the worst thing that can happen? Can you live with it? At the time, 15 years old, I go, man, I killed myself. I goes, no, it's not, you're dead. That you kill somebody else and you got to live with it. So think about that for your speed.
Yeah.
So I already ran my household like that. You make your own decision, but you got to ask yourself those questions first.
Yeah.
So if you throw a football in the house and you break a lamp, I'm going to ask them, did you ask yourself that question? What's the worst thing can happen, and can you live with it? But if you say, yes, Daddy, I thought about it before I threw the football, now you have to live with the punishment. And don't complain about it. That's the way it works, bro. Okay? Right. And so I ran my household like that. It's worked out pretty well for us. Yeah. We don't have any drama in my house. I don't fight with my wife. I don't argue with my wife. He may, when they were young, fight with his sister or whatever, right? And vice versa, their kids. Right? But I just ran a house where I don't want drama. Right. So we're going to run it the way we want to run it. And I run my life like that as well. And of course, family is everything to me. Even though my brothers grew up on the wrong side of the track per se, mentally, and what they were doing, I was involved in that. But they call me at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm on my way. What's up? We still family. I don't agree with what you're doing, but hey, what's going on, right? So we love family, and thank God I'm in a business that really advocates that. You know, I think that's big too, that we have a partnership organization that my wife runs with his wife, and we're talking to all the women and men that are partners of our independent contractors. And we know if home is messed up, that affects the overall sales of the business too.
Right.
So that's how I kind of run it. I love it that way, and it's been cool. And this guy here, man, Gary II, the best recruiter I've ever had in my life. I'm not being biased, he's my son. But he runs every play I call efficiently, and he's very coachable. He listens. We don't argue at the office, never have. Get it? And my wife even told me, that's your son. That's not my son. If I tell him to do something, he don't do it. You tell me he jumps immediately. But I've never threatened him. I just...
How important is it? Life's serious, but how important is a sense of humor and to make it fun? Because you two are great at that.
Yeah,
so I'd like you to talk about that because I take life way too serious way too often.
That's
Well,
funny.
we
Sometimes
party
I wish I
together,
could just
too.
lighten up.
Yeah, no, we party together, man. Those are seeds that were planted young. You know, very unorthodox way to hear that a father's running his house and he says, I never tell my kids what to do, I give them options. The outside mind is like, bro, that's crazy, a household with no structure. But you have the ultimate amount of structure because you're making the right decisions. Not necessarily all the time, but the options that I was given were proper decisions, you know? So the fun part of it was, this guy's nuts, bro. So I wouldn't tell my son this. Well, I don't know. I think I might actually. But he would tell me, he would like play the game ahead.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, when you're 13, they say you're not going to listen to me no more. Hey, dude, when you're 16, they say you're going to get an ego, you're going to get pride. You're going to call me stupid. You're going to hate me. He would tell me that at like 15 to make sure it didn't happen. Oh, Dad, I would. What is the average 13-year-old 14? Oh, Dad, I would never. Made me conscious of it.
Yeah.
Around 18, this guy starts talking crazy to me. 18, he goes, hey, G, man, so you turn 18, bro, I'm taking you to the strip club. So you turn 18, dude, we gonna party, bro. So you turn 18, we gonna do. I'm like, we probably never did none of this stuff. We party together. If I go to a club, I don't know why he does this, but he'll wear like all black. I got a section. I don't drink, I don't smoke, right? But I get a section because I like my space. You know, if anything happens, I have space, I have room. But then my dad's dressed up. Dude makes crazy money, and he's dressed up in all black like my security guard. Wherever he goes, I go. That's what he says. He ready to leave, I leave. He goes to the bathroom, I go to the bathroom with him. He plays the security guard, right?
Yeah.
But he allowed me to be funny. He allowed me to be goofy, to have the personality, but that bled over into our business.
Yeah.
So now if I have an idea, it's not that he's shooting it down, or if I want to be a little innovative, he's not shooting it down. He's like, I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to tell you how to do it. Same thing, worst case scenario, can you live with it? Just in a different manner.
Yeah.
So we have fun together, man. We sometimes we both get a little off the rocker. My mom's got to get involved. But it's like, it's a great idea, dude. Like, let's go. Like, let's go to the Super Bowl. Let's go to the World Series. Win tonight. Whoa, that's crazy. Let's do it. Let's throw a contest. Let's rent a private jet. Oh, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's buy a house in Georgia. Who's moving to Georgia? Nobody's gonna live there. We're gonna buy the house in Georgia. You gonna spend 1.3 million? Yeah, let's do it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But through that is education that comes with it. And I think a lot of the people that are around me in business and in my life, they pick up on these things, so they become better dads. They become better husbands. They become better sons. You know, I think one of the biggest things that we do, like if there is some type of friction, we talk about it. Once it's done, it's done. You know, in business and in personal. You know.
Yeah, when Gary was super young, like 9 years old, you know, some of my Primerica friends, their kids were obviously wealthy kids. And their kids were acting out sometimes and some stuff. He was like, why would you even do that? That's crazy. Your son's in jail. What did he do? He didn't need the money.
Right.
And why would he go in the store and steal something that's worth $300 when he has an American Express on him? You know? But sometimes the kids try to be a little rambunctious, as we all were when we were all young. I didn't want that. So someone told me, oh, your son turns 13? Okay, you'll see. At 9, I go, hey, man, it's rumor. You turn 13, you're going to just flip and start not listening to me. His birthday comes up. He's 10 years old. Happy birthday, Gary. 3 more years to go, bro. 11 years old. Happy birthday, Gary. 2 more years to go, bro. You're going to start disrespecting me. Might listen to your mom. Happy birthday on his 12th birthday. He goes, Daddy, words have power.
Yeah.
Why you say that?
Right.
They do have power.
Get it?
I made you think about it. Right, they do.
Where's that power? Why you say that? At 13, he went smooth, but I made him conscious of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it? At 16.
Amazing.
Oh, everybody wants to party at 16. So guess what I told my son, Jefferson? We're going to throw parties at the house, mansion parties. At our house, though. So guess what? He bankrolled it. Throw a party. Invite all the schools. 1,000 kids in my backyard. 1,000. Okay? Parents are like, what are you doing? I go, I'm throwing a party. I know, but that's the response. No. This is a safe zone.
Right.
They're gonna do it. May as well do
You
it
want
here.
your kids at my house, right? We got so good at throwing parties for the school, I ended up hiring the school security guards to work for me on my payroll off the clock. So I figured out if I hire the staff for the school, when the kids come to my backyard, they're gonna see the same guy that's school security.
Right.
And they behave totally different. No drama, no issue, no nothing. Parents start calling him saying, can you do me a favor? My daughter's having a birthday. Can we pay you to say you're going to come to our daughter's birthday party so we can get more people to come to the party? Because if you throw the party, no, it's not can we pay you.
Can you tweet that you're coming?
Yeah, tweet you come and don't schedule a party on the same week as my daughter's party
Right.
because no one's going to come.
Right.
Okay?
Wow.
Or the parents call me, one lady called me, she says, Miss Kornegay, can I ask you a question? Yes, ma'am, how can I help you? She says, are you having a party next weekend? I go, no, ma'am, I'm not having a party. I knew my daughter was lying. She says, I knew it. You're the only person I would allow my kids to go to parties,
Right.
right? I go, well, I'm sorry to get her in trouble, but we're not having a party. And then we'll also allow the parents to come inside
Yeah.
and watch the party outside. Get it? But you can't go outside. The minute the kids see an adult, they're going to freak out. You stay inside. We'll provide pizza, whatever you guys want. Let your kids party. Get it? But you cannot go outside, miss. Right? Let them have fun.
So cool.
And so we end up creating a reputation in our suburban town of Rancho Cucamonga. The Kornegays have parties, but they're clean parties.
Right.
Get it? Where there's no issues, there's no dramas, there's no fight, there's no shootings. Now, Gary's friends would invite him to their parties. And what's your answer?
I throw parties. I don't go to them. Yeah.
I throw parties, I don't go to them. So if you want to do a party, you got to come to me. That kept us from him going to other people's homes that didn't have the same priorities.
Right.
Yeah.
Get it?
Now, but had you not done what you did, paid the price early, you wouldn't have had those options to,
Didn't have the freedom. I couldn't have done it.
build this environment.
Yeah, not only options, but think about how much time you and G2 have spent together over the years.
Yeah.
Priceless, bro.
Yeah.
So it's
Priceless.
worth it.
Oh, 100%.
Totally worth it. Now, I'll tell you this. When we built our house, the one that he was raised in, we built it, or at least I built it with the mindset of I want to have the backyard where when kids knock on the door, Jefferson, they ask to come in. Not can Gary come out to our house. I want to have a house where my daughter has sleepovers. They want to have a sleepover at my house. Because I got the recording studio. I got the basketball court. I got the big pool. I got the sound stage. I'm throwing concerts in my backyard.
And the cool parents.
And the cool parents, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
I wasn't a strict guy,
Yeah.
but they knew.
Yeah.
Now these, I say kids, so they're grown. Today they're all 32, 33. They're married with kids. They now come to my house with their kids. Hi, Dad. I'm not even their real dad. Hi, Dad. You're married? Yeah, I've been in the military for 8 years, and I got out. I want to say hi to you guys. I go, wow, these people like your kids. I watch your kids grow up.
Right.
I mean, it's like, you have a 19-year-old daughter? She's driving?
Crazy.
Where the hell I been, you know? But to be able to watch people grow and have a little bit of your coaching in them, that's priceless, man.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with money. Get it? But having the money allowed me to have the financial resources to fund their dreams.
Right.
To have, I'm 6'3", Jefferson. On a good day, I'm 320 pounds. How do I fit this body on a yellow Lamborghini? I didn't buy the Lamborghini for me. I bought the Lamborghini so the young kids, when he put up to high school, go, whoa! I had an Escalade too. He actually liked the Escalade more. But it was a Lamborghini for the young kids to go, wow, what does your dad do? My daughter was 5 when I got a Lamborghini. Take her to school, I had an Escalade and a Lamborghini. Every morning, which car you want to go? Lamborghini. She's 5. I go, we can go to Escalade. The school's like 3 blocks up. No, Dad. You know why? Because I put up a Lamborghini. All the kids run out to see the car.
Yeah.
Get it? And I get it because my parents didn't have it like that.
Right.
Get it? And so, yes, having resources, having money, and having the freedom is also important too, right?
Yes.
Not just the money, but the freedom to be there when they need us. I think that's important.
Do you think that also contributed to your ability to receive inspiration to make all this happen? Because to me, I mean, here you are orchestrating the school security guards, for heaven's sakes, come over to your house, and those type of things that just, I mean, that's thinking out of the box to create all that and make all that. I wouldn't even think about that. Like, how does that even happen?
Right.
So do you think relieving the pressure from financial stuff helps you with receiving good inspiration on how to live a better life?
Having a clear head.
Clear
you
head.
know, I don't know, maybe you could talk to a clinical psychologist about this, what percentage of our brain is being occupied by financial worries. And if we could release that, how much more innovation will we have? How many relationships will still be intact? Because that stress level of paying the light bill, paying the rent, you know, just trying to live, survive. And the gas is $7 a gallon in California, you know? So there are people that literally, they can't even think about being a good husband or being there for the children, being present.
Yeah.
Sometimes the body's there, but they're not present because their mind is stressed with all other stuff. So having that problem solved, Rick Susie told me that. Gary, like you can graduate from high school and college, you can graduate from money. I go, what? I never heard of that before.
That's
Like
cool.
you can graduate, like be done with it? And you guys are examples of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew these 2 guys were broke, for real.
Yeah.
But they were wise with their money.
That's right.
Get it? And now they don't, I'm not putting your business out there, but they don't have to work. You know, Jeffrey, you don't have to work. But you do it because why? It's also the hunt, the love of the game.
That's what I was thinking about, promotions today. I gave a little thought of my little run that I do every day, and the thought was some people ask to be promoted, and other people earn the promotion.
Right.
And when you get the promotion, graduate for money, that's a good way to. When does that time happen? You'll know.
Yeah.
You'll know. You don't have to ask for it.
That's right.
Just go build it. You work for it and do it. And I think that's what you've
I think
done.
it's amazing. I think it's beautiful, man. You know, and I look at my 3 brothers, that didn't follow the path, or even on my wife's side. My wife is actually one of 6. So I look at her 5 siblings. So we have a lot to compare it to. Wow, I think I made the right decision.
Yeah.
Because, right, I'm 63. They're 64. My brother James is almost 65. He just started driving Uber because he outlived his money. Because he didn't follow the principles. Of course, I'm not blaming that he didn't follow them. We didn't really give it to him because he wasn't really in the business. He was in the fast life.
Right. Yeah.
And so now they're having to work. And for example, I rented a cabin for Christmas, right? I'm in Big Bear. And I called my brothers and my cousins, and I said, hey, look, Christmas, Big Bear, skiing, snow, everything you see on TV, because, we live in L.A., there ain't no snow in L.A., but everything you see on TV about a white Christmas, we're going to do it. So I called my brother up. I said, hey, man, block your calendar. We're going to spend Christmas up in Big Bear. Got a cabin. I thought he would be like, thank you, Gary. He says, and why did you make that decision without talking to us? I go, excuse me? He goes, you can't spend money for us, Gary. We don't have money like you got. But you didn't make that decision without talking to us. And I go, can you put your wife on the phone? But stay near her. So he puts his wife on the phone. He says, Gary, I'm sorry, but you should, sometimes we don't have the money like you and Pat have. I go, Felicia, is Dale listening? Yeah. Okay. I paid for it. I didn't ask you for a dime. Their frequency changed. Oh, okay. When is this? So I now have something to compare it to.
Right.
That your energy shifted before you even asked if I took care of it.
Right.
Yeah.
I took care of it already. I'm not calling you to, I don't spend your money. I'm saying I rent a cabin. You know, that's back when Airbnb was a new thing. I rented this big cabin, sleep 16 people. I want my family over for Christmas.
Yeah.
And they had the greatest time.
Man,
Amazing.
I've seen these inner city dudes from the hood
old gangsters. You ever seen an old gangster have a snowball?
No.
having snow fights. And my brother's up at 5 o'clock in the
They're like
morning.
little kids again.
Shoveling snow.
Building
5 in the
snowman,
morning.
throwing snowballs.
Like, what are you doing, bro? Right? I'm not exaggerating.
They just loved it.
I go, what are you doing? He goes, I'm shoveling snow. I go, the snow's coming. It's going to keep coming, bro. We're not going anywhere.
Right.
He goes, I know, but I went to the next door neighbor, and she paid me $50 to do her driveway.
That's awesome.
This is a
And he
50-year-old
was having the
man.
time of his life.
He's
bro.
in his 50s.
He's having the
like,
time of his life.
Amazing.
Yeah.
He's been in Brick City prison.
Yeah.
You know, he's been inside for a long time.
Yeah.
But he was like, wow, Gary, you did it? I go, yeah, I did it. I didn't do it for you. I did it for me. But this is abundance.
Yeah.
Let's enjoy this, man. Take the edge off a little bit. Enjoy Christmas.
Yeah.
You know, and one of my brothers, he was working. I can't come up until Friday. We're gonna be at Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I don't get off work. So we don't get off till Friday. By the time he makes up the mountain, it's already 11 o'clock at night. But then come Sunday, I gotta go, bro. I gotta be back at work.
Yeah.
And even seeing that, they had to go. We got to stay for a whole week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a beauty of, but you got to work first and build your model to do that. And that's where the E-Myth helps.
Right.
How to build a business that works so you don't have to. I didn't say you won't work, but so you don't have to work.
Yeah, you got to pay a price. How many years would you say you paid that price for before you graduated from money?
5 years at least.
4 years for me.
Is this what we always say, 3 to 5 years?
We always say 3 to 5 years.
I would say that's about what it was for
But
4
going
years
all
for
in.
me.
It's not taking it easy for 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
No,
Oh man.
no, those 5 years is being accused by your mother-in-law
Right.
of working too hard.
If people aren't accusing you of working too hard, you're not paying the price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're not at that level
It's
yet.
insanity at that point. It's like it's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing though, but you have to fall in love with it. You got to make deposits.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those deposits are everything, man.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a dread.
Yeah, no.
It's actually some of the best times of your life. You look back and you go, those are some of the best years of my life.
And you don't realize it till you're out of it. So thank God for wisdom because again, having fun, he made the work look so fun. We fell in love with the work.
Yeah.
Because I also wasn't accounting. Now again, 20 years old, not married, no kids, working my butt off, right? Coming home at 1, 2 in the morning, leaving the office. How do you? By the way, I'm 20 years old, leaving the office at 1, 2 in the morning. My dad's like, "What are you doing at the office?" I'm like, "Bro, it's this thing called FaceTime, bro. You can write sales at 11 o'clock at night, bro. It's awesome, bro."
For real.
Wild.
He wasn't. He wasn't.
He didn't believe you still.
Yeah, no, but the
Yeah,
apps
right.
would go up. Them commissions would come
Yeah.
through. Oh, okay, yeah. But it's important that you have people watching you. People are watching you, right? Not married, no kids. My sales force was watching me. My team was watching me, and that became the culture.
Yeah.
And because it became the culture, when you remove yourself, if you do it long enough, you remove yourself from the culture. By the way, not because you make the decision to remove yourself from the culture.
Right.
The team wants you to remove yourself from the culture.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, go home, bro.
Yeah.
You hustled already, bro. Like, bro, you got it made. And what they're saying is, show me the next phase of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on a vacation. And having a good pops, man, having a good dad to guide me through that of showing me how to hustle. You fall in love with the hustle. And then in 2018, Jeff, he approached me and he says, "Hey man, I want to pull you out of the field." And yeah, a very difficult point in my life because I'm like, bro, this is like who I am. I'm hustling.
You're enjoying it.
Oh, bro, like, how do you take me out of something? And I wasn't understanding that. Okay, cool. I got a choice between, like, at the time I was driving like a $80,000 Mercedes truck, a GLE, and then I had a Bentley GT. But I would take those on appointments. But I'm like, man, this is selling the dream. I pull up to your house, whether you're in the hood or the suburbs, don't matter. I'm pulling up to your house. I'm 22 years old, 23 years old, pulling up to your house in a Bentley or a brand new Benz. Man, that sells you the dream, bro. This is like, this makes work more comfortable. That we could really have a good time doing this. He says, bro, you're a risk. I can't have you going to people. You're training somebody in Compton in a bright blue Bentley. That's not the smartest thing. And I'm like, these hood dudes love me, dude. Like this is it, bro.
Not on an 8 o'clock though. You're gonna leave before dark, bro.
So watch this. He approached me, Jeff, 2015 or 2018. I'm pulling out the field. It's like my identity was stripped from me.
Yeah.
He said, I taught you how to work in your business. Now I'm gonna teach you how to work on your business.
Yeah.
And that's when the merger happened. So that's when the ridicule really started.
Yeah.
Because they weren't able to identify it. In that time, between 2014 and 2018, it went from 2014, your dad's helping you. 2015, I opened up my second location. And then it goes to, man, you're helping your dad. I'm like, what the hell? Like, that sounds weird. Like, that sounds really weird. Well, from 2014 to 2018, we opened up 4 locations, so a total of 5. So we expanded really fast, and so people really didn't know who they were competing with. My name's Gary Kornegay, his name's Gary Kornegay. So it's tough to figure out for the outside people.
Yeah.
They would try and play us against each other and be like, "Hey man, like you ever think you'll beat your dad? Hey, you got some big shoes to fill, kid." And I'm not even feeling that pressure. I'm like having a ball, and then vice versa. I think one month like you did like 72,000. I did like 150,000 in sales.
I did 82,000.
82, excuse me.
And you did 100 something.
At 150,000, yeah.
Your dad's
And-
not competitive at all.
At all.
Yeah. Yeah, he beat me one month, right? By a lot. And so and I wasn't measuring that because I override it all anyways. And it's
Yeah.
going to go back to him and my wife and my daughter.
Yeah.
So I'm not
Sorry,
that
Doug, you want-
locked in.
It's okay.
Bro.
Yeah. So I'm at a corporate event at the banquet, and a young lady sits across from me, not young lady, but a lady my age, says, "Wow, what is it like to have the kid beat you?" You know, I'm like, "Oh, dude, I'm not trying to get into that headspace. Because I let her get in my headspace, I'll go home and not help my own son. 'Cause I want to beat him. I'm going to undermine my own son." So I go, I'm not playing that game.
Yeah.
You know, and then someone said to him, you know, "Wow, you let the old man beat you, huh?"
Right.
So I go, we're not doing that. Let's do this. Let's merge our businesses together.
Yeah, man.
You know, you have your own business, your own identity. Yes, your name is Gary Kornegay. I'm Gary Kornegay. But people know you paid your price.
Right.
People know you know how to play. So let's put you down in the office. Let's pull you out of the field. Because why? Because there's some guys in here that you're just never going to get over the fact that you're my son.
Right.
So I'm going to pull you out of the field, and now you're going to help those guys. Because if I die tomorrow, it's all yours anyways.
Right.
So help everybody.
So it took me out of the position of competition to collaboration,
Yeah.
and that's really when our business exploded. Because the same people that were dreading competing with me or against me now could use me as a helpmate.
Well, you couldn't have skipped the competition step.
Yeah. But it's important that you have to go through it.
Yep.
Because if you skip it, and I'm just appointed in that position, there's no value in working with them. Now it's like, now that becomes the punishment.
Yep.
Work with my son. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Versus like, dude, I get to work with G.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, you
so
proved
now,
it.
so if I skip the competition step, I don't get to have the badges that I have or just the respect that I have amongst people inside of our business and outside the business.
Right.
You know, so it's a beautiful thing, man. Everything worked out perfectly. But now, man, the way we're running it, I think it's more effective than ever because now it's 2 heads are better than 1.
Right.
You know, so he's pulling from his center of influence, me as well. Me, I'm 32. Everybody's getting married. Everybody's having babies. Everybody's buying homes. I'm in the sweet spot. And then his group is like, man, I wish I would have taken this more serious when your dad approached me 30 years ago, 40 years ago.
Yeah.
We're leveraging that. You know, so to be, and that's, now we're both working together, and then obviously technology finally caught up. So now we got social media that's playing a huge role in our business, like a huge role in our business. On top of that, we got Zoom that allows us to be more effective in California traffic.
Yeah.
So I get to work from the office. So I'm not in the field, I'm not going to Compton no more, but I'm zooming into Compton. Catch me in Compton on TV, you know? But it's a beautiful thing to be able to work hard, but have the wisdom. But when wisdom's working hard, it makes it even better.
Yeah.
So us against the world, baby, we're excited
And
about
we've
that.
created a whole new regime in our company, you know, and that was a play. I was not thinking about the big picture of the company. I was thinking about my politics as my family, you know, and I wanted my son to obviously come in and if you're going to do the business, do it. If you're going to learn it, learn it. Do your music thing. Just know how to handle the family's affairs. I can get a CPA attorney to do that part, actually. You know, I wanted my daughter to actually go to school and be a tax attorney. She chose art to paint. That's another story. All right. But he could have totally got in and just watched the game. He got in and started competing. And then I snatched him out. 4 years, you got to go. And he got the field. Why? Because I'm at home at 10 o'clock. You're coming back from Compton at 11 o'clock in a Bentley, bro. You know, I'm just telling you, because I got brothers on that side of the world, you're a mark. You know, and I don't want somebody to kidnap you and hold you for ransom. And all the weird stuff had in my head. Being a dad, of course. So I said, come out of the field. And he came out of the field. And then also, too, I know there's people that also don't like this relationship and they want to undermine it.
Yeah.
And they may poke at him or rob him or just do something stupid to see if he can handle that side of the world. So I said, just get out of the field. That way I can have some peace of mind. And I don't know how long it went, for maybe 6 months. He was like, you know, I was doing like this.
Yeah.
Dad,
Trying to
what do I
find it.
do?
Trying to
I'm
figure it
sitting,
out.
I was doing nothing. I'm sitting there watching you, and you're not doing nothing. I go, well, that's the benefit of building overall income. You know? I said, you got a beautiful girlfriend. They weren't married at the time. I go, take your girlfriend, hop in a plane, go to San Francisco, go to dinner or something. If my parents had money, I wouldn't be in the office trying to get him, go have a life, bro. You know, but he was so addicted to the game.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, I get it. So he's in the game. But I think the biggest thing,
But hold on real quick before you get past that. It's like you taught me work. So the same way you had to teach me work, you had to teach me freedom.
Yeah.
yeah,
Freedom is a tough adjustment when you're used to work, when your identity is working.
Right.
So having the freedom, I felt guilty a little bit, like spending time with my
I
girlfriend.
mean, there's a
felt
lot of people
guilty.
got freedom. You just
Yeah.
call them unemployed.
One more
But
time?
no, I said we call them unemployed. You know, but
Yeah,
you
but
did
it's
it the
different.
right
Freedom
way.
with money.
You didn't skip that part. You know, you did it the right way.
Yeah, man.
But you're right. I think, you know, I went through the same thing. It's your identity, and man, I'm gonna beat everybody.
Right.
Nobody will outwork me.
Right.
Jefferson and I, early on in his career, we had these conversations. I'm like, bro, I've been there. He was doing the same thing. Man, I sleep 4 hours a night.
Right.
I go, dude, just tell you, it's stupid. You don't need to do that. You know. And we had these conversations. I did it. You know, I think we've all been there at that point. I'm gonna outwork everybody.
Man, and I mirrored my work ethic after you. I remember being in a meeting with you at a convention, and like everybody's talking about the lifestyle, dude. Make the work look sexy. And when you said that to me, bro, I was in the middle of like dogging it, like making it look and I'm making it look sexy. Like it's like the analogy of the duck or the swan on the pond.
Yep.
Where it's like on top it looks amazing, but on the bottom he's pedaling like hell.
Yep.
I was like, man, if we can do more of that, because the lifestyle sometimes you kind of catch up with you.
Yeah.
You know, but then understanding that, like, okay, cool. So now I got to show them not necessarily what retirement, I don't like using the word retirement, but just working on your business, not in it, what that looks like.
Yeah.
And then you show them, like, man, it's worth it, bro. If you knew, watching you guys, if you knew what life would be like from working your ass off for 10 years, how much override income, passive income you would receive from 10 years of work, bro. You would have worked 10 more years, bro.
Tree is supposed to bear fruit at some point.
That's it. And so
gotta have the fruit.
now to have it, and like I said, we're not done. We're far from being done. It's the appetizer, baby. But to be in a position now we can make work look 1,000 times better,
Yeah.
and we get to do it and show more people and now have a national reach.
Yeah.
Oh, man. 200 outlets in the next 5 years. We're super excited about that, man.
That's awesome.
yeah. And I want to say this, and then we can finish up how you guys want to do this. But I want to give you guys some little advice too. Is that because you have children and you have this great business that you've created, other people are now able to live the dream. I got a chance to talk to Todd, and he's just bouncing off the walls, and Karen's bouncing off the walls, you know. And I even see Karen come alive.
Yeah.
You know, I go, whoa, you know, this is a whole other person.
Yeah.
So you guys are really genuinely changing people's lives, for real, for real, for real. I know that sounds cliche-ish, but it's real, okay? But the main thing, the next thing is you've got to build a business where your children want to take it over. I'm 63 years old. All of my friends that are 63 and older, and we all got it out the mud, as they say, most of those children were not prepared to take over their businesses. And today, me and my son, we're starting an equity fund to buy other people's businesses that are retiring inside our company that are 80 years old. I'm 63. My mentors are 70. Rick Susie's 70, 71. I think Hector just turned 69. He's turning 70 in February. My upline Debbie Trill just turned 70. Art Williams is 84. Bobby Weisheim's 80-something. And when you talk to their children, they don't have a clue. They have been so far removed from the process. Now, all of a sudden, these people are saying, Gary, my kids don't want it. Well, what do they want to do? Well, they're doing real estate. They own a restaurant. We funded their dreams. But now we got this business worth 30, 40, 50 million, and the kids weren't prepared to take it over.
Right.
So I told Gary, we're going to start an equity fund, like BlackRock, buying all of the baby boomers' businesses inside the business that we already have.
No.
Get it? And of course, we're going to discount those businesses, and we're going to hopefully, some of those we'll buy wholesale and flip them. But that's going to be our next mission, is to purchase all of the businesses of all the original founders that children want the money, and we'll pay them off, the kids, but they don't want that extreme of income anymore. They want to sell the business and get the upfront money. So you guys have a great business, but what is your exit, you know, for your children? your 19-year-old daughter, she's 19, right?
Yep.
So, wow, she's grown now, legally grown, when she's 29. And this business worth 200 million, 300 million. Maybe you guys already have an exit for them or for you. And how do we get it? How do we get it into their hands
Right.
when I've been fumbling the ball?
Right.
You know, I'd like for you guys to really start thinking if you're not already thought about that. It's like, wow, because I raised him in the business with me. And not just for America. I mean, he was in the business when I was selling books. At 10 years old, I had him selling books. You give him $5 a book. And to a 10-year-old, $5 is $500. Okay, then from there, we did the music thing. You guys know that.
Yeah.
I said, hey, start a business. I'm not going to force you to do Primerica. Whatever you want to do. His sister decided to go to college. He decided to go start a business. Great. Made some money, failed at it, whatever. Now you're in Primerica with me.
Yeah.
But now, how do I have my legacy move on? Or when I die, it dies with me.
Yeah.
Then everything I said on stage was a lie.
Yeah.
Right.
It was a lie.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for the kids. We do it for that. I love my kids. You do it for the kids, how you going to transfer it to them?
Yeah, prove it.
What is a succession?
Yeah, so
You know
think
what,
about
Gary?
it.
Actually, yesterday was my daughter's first day. She's 14 years old,
It's good.
and one of her good friends started to come do an internship at JKR Windows.
It's good.
Man.
And my son, he'll turn 21 this year, but he's almost 2 years in the business now.
It's good.
So, you know, I'm not sure what it looks like, but that's always the dream, is to have the kids involved and to have them love it and to provide an environment and a culture and people that they want to be here. And not because I want them to be here, because it's a fun place to be and
Yeah.
a place that they can come and enjoy. So I've tried to separate myself a little bit and let them be with their team and enjoy themselves and do it at their own pace. Because I was raised by a kind of a hard-nosed general contractor and, you know, like an axe-wielding firefighter, hard-working, blue-collar dude. And the way that he taught me, you know, I wasn't all that excited about going and doing what he did.
Right.
The way he taught me.
There wasn't no choice with your dad.
No, it wasn't.
Same with my dad, Jefferson. My dad owned a maintenance company. So we cleaned grocery stores. At 7 years old, I'm cutting boxes up because grocery stores on Wednesday nights, they stock the shelves. So we're in there Wednesday after the guys stocked the shelves. Our job was to take all those boxes and my dad would do the whole floor with a huge, this big old machine. And he cleaned grocery stores and restaurants.
Wow.
Well, that doesn't start work until like 12 midnight.
Yeah.
Remember, the store's got to be closed. So we're up at 4 in the morning. You know, like, dang, you know, I ain't trying to do this. And I think that's kind of, and then my dad got in the ministry in 1971, and he kept his businesses, but he really got heavy into the ministry, opened up his own church. That's a whole nother business, by the way. Church is a real business.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right? It costs money to run a church. And I watched him do that. But my brothers, and including me, I'm going to throw myself in there too, we saw the work. And we said, we ain't never doing that. We just forgot to tell our parents.
But I think another thing is important is how you talk about what you do.
Right.
You know, at home. Like, how are you talking about your people? How are you talking about what you do? Because, you know, I was saying this the other day, I guarantee my wife's never heard me complain.
Right.
Because I don't do it.
Smart.
Not because I don't try to. I ain't got nothing to complain about.
Right.
It's right? I mean, just if you ain't got no problems, you ain't got no people. And I'm grateful we got some people. So I'm grateful for all of it. But I think you've done the same thing all these years. It doesn't matter what challenges you're going through. Still the way you talk about it. I'm sure G2 will confirm this, that the way you talk about what you do, he's never heard you talk about not wanting to do it, which is what makes it attractive. I think Jefferson's same way, why his daughter's excited to be here upstairs. She's fired up with her friend, you know.
Right.
And she's talking about decorating her desk upstairs and all that, you know, which is awesome. And, you know, I think that's a powerful thing for anybody listening to this to remember that, yeah, you're going to have challenges. Yeah, you're going to have people problems. Yeah, you're going to have struggles. There's going to be issues in the business, but the way you talk about them is going to determine whether or not that second generation wants to be involved with what you do.
Or even spousal support. It's very important.
So good.
You said my wife's never heard me complain.
Yeah.
Her optics of what you do is what
Right.
matters.
Yep.
You know, so you come home fired up. Of course, she wants you to be there.
Yeah.
But if she has to go into protection mode because it's wearing on your spirit, she's gonna do that too.
Yep.
Oh, you gotta go there. You know. So it's important that you don't bring the hurt home. And it's not a hurt. It's like you said, if you don't got people, you don't got people. If you don't have people, you got no problems.
Right.
You know. That's a beautiful thing, man. So fired up, bro.
Appreciate you guys
Y'all
coming
was
into
some
town to
solid
do
cats,
this.
man. For real, for real.
Yes.
It's been a great time, and I know that, man, everybody listening to this is going to get some incredible wisdom from both of y'all that have changed our lives. I don't think we can give you enough credit. All of our people here at JKR, I promise, hear your names all the time, and how much impact you've made in our lives. Our kids know it, our teammates know it, and love both of
But
you.
you guys
gentlemen.
too, though, man.
Yeah, no.
You know, you guys are. And to do a podcast, most podcasts I do, you know, with virtual reality, everybody's on Zoom podcasting. You don't know where I'm sitting in my house and you're in your office. You could really trick the human mind. But when you said, I want you to come out here to be on a podcast, I would have came to you to say, gee, I want to come hang out with you.
Yeah.
You know, because these are two of my best friends in the world. We've been up, we've been down together, we're in the war together. And I just love you guys. I love your family. You know, I love this whole environment that you guys have, whether you're in business with me or not. These are some of the greatest people ever. So for the ones that are watching this, you know, if you are in business with these three gentlemen, for sure, I'm telling you, the salt of the earth.
Yeah.
They're family people. They wouldn't do anything to undermine you or harm you ever. And I just love them in and out of the business. I got a chance to mentor, you know,
Kyle.
You know, now he's married. He lives in Colorado somewhere.
Yep.
He's now married with kids, am I right?
Yep.
He was 15 years old.
Yeah.
I started mentoring that guy.
Amazing.
You know, and I love them like their family. You know, and I was telling people this. You know, you can't pick your relatives, but you can pick your family.
That's right.
You know, and I have a lot of friends and family in business, outside of business. You can't even measure the relationships. There's no way in the world you can put it on the table and put currency on the relationships that we have. But I love you guys, and I'll come anytime you want.
Man.
I wish I'd spend more time with you. I've got to head back tomorrow. But hey, you know, I came for his birthday one time. I drove all the way.
Yeah.
I drove.
My
Gary
30th birthday.
Kornegay.
That was 17 years ago. Is that crazy?
Has it been 17 years ago? I drove
17 years ago.
to surprise him for his birthday.
I know.
You know, and I remember you and Kelsey was 19 or?
Yeah.
I've got with you guys.
I think
she was
when
fresh.
his 30th birthday, yeah, I remember. In fact, I remember Kelsey was asking you when you got licensed. You got licensed in 1988.
Yes.
Because that was the year she was born. And I still remember where you were sitting that day when you told her that.
Was that at his house?
That was at his house.
We were at the bar somewhere, I think.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And she had a ring on.
Yeah.
$100,000 ring on.
Yeah.
And I was trying to disrespect her. I just like, whose ring you got on? She goes, that's mine. I go, you a kid. You got a ring on. You make $100,000 a year? She says, yeah. I said, how old are you? I'm 19 years old. Which is crazy because your child is 19 now. I met Kelsey when she was your daughter's age.
Yeah.
That's scary.
It is scary.
Because I just saw your daughter today and she looks like she's 17.
Yeah.
Like a baby. Like,
That's wild, bro.
and to watch you guys grow up now, have a beautiful family, and that's crazy. It's very emotional for me right now to be with these guys. Because these are some good guys, and they helped me raise this guy.
Yeah, man, they believed in me.
You know, my son was not around a bunch of 50-year-olds. I come around these crazy guys.
Yeah.
But they were crazy, but they were serious about business.
Yeah.
They did not freaking play.
Great examples. Man.
Get it? They were not smokers and drinkers and partiers and risk takers like that. But they were business. They were calculated risk takers in business. And so that's why I know no matter what you guys do, tomorrow, if you guys start church tomorrow, it's going to be a mega church. You know? Don't do that. Just stay where you're at.
Now that you mention it. No.
Yeah. Yeah, but I love you guys. Thank you.
We
so
love you
much.
too, man.
Well, I'm so
Appreciate you
glad
being
both.
here.
Yeah, so glad both of you came out.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you
man.
so much. There's been so much here, and I think it's going to be a 2-hour. We probably did break this up into 2 pieces, so people
Okay,
can
good.
really break it down, and because there's been so much talked about here that I think people need to listen to this one multiple times.
Yeah.
And I mean, I still go back and listen to those old audios because your philosophies, the way you talk about life and the way you talk about business, to me anyway, it's different than anybody else does. And it's extremely impactful and life-changing. So thank you so much for coming out.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us. Man.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Jefferson,
Great episode.
my pleasure meeting you.
It's a pleasure.
You know, wish I could spend more time with you. Of course, I'll maybe come up and spend a week or 2 with y'all.
Yeah.
Maybe go hunting.
Bring the family.
I still have not figured out yet
How to pull that bow
how
back?
to pull that bow back.
I do remember that.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, I embarrassed
Jeff just
myself
got a
one
new
time.
bow, actually.
I did just get a new bow. Thank
You
you
did?
guys. Yeah, they got me a birthday
Wow.
gift.
Yeah.
Badass bow. I'm excited.
One day I'll tell that story how Lexi embarrassed me. I grabbed the bow and I said, "Oh, this is easy." I couldn't pull it with all my strength. His wife grabs it, and she was so sweet. She said, "You just have to flex that muscle, yeah. You got to work that muscle, Gary."
Different muscles.
And I'm like, "Oh man,
trying to
I
let you
got
down easy.
Embarrassed, man.
It is different muscles. It is.
I know, but
It's a
still,
little technique too.
I know.
I'm sure we worked with you for 15 minutes. We'd
I'm
help
from
you
the
pull it
city,
back.
man. We don't have bows in my name.
We'll go and use a rifle.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's my speed.
There you go.
That's
Yeah,
my
I
speed.
don't even
There
mess
you
with
go.
those.
That's
There you
I
go.
know.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you
Thank you,
again.
guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Hey, all, thanks so much again for tuning in for another episode here of the Solid Podcast. This has been a great one, as you all have heard. Please be sure to like and subscribe and share this with everybody you can. They're going to get a lot of value out of this, how to better their lives in all areas, business, family, spiritually, all of it. So thank you so much again for tuning in. Until next time, stay solid.